What is going on, everybody? And welcome to the goddamn show. I'm going to keep it short, and I'm going to keep it sweet. This video, I'm going to give you some tips that I've used to become a successful WWE and have a successful WWE 2k25 universe mode. And if you're posting content, this video is perfect for you. So, first up, my first piece of advice is with the show, book like a showrunner, not just a player. Don't simulate matches. Anybody and 500,000 people, well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but lots of people go onto YouTube when they're creating the content or Twitch and they just simulate matches and they just put matches together that they want to see. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be avoiding that. Write a story, craft long-term arcs with clear stakes, character turns, and emotional payoffs. Plan feuds like TV seasons. That's what I do. So I pick 4 characters that I want to write the whole year for like an arc, and I go ahead and I book everything else around them. 2, and this is where I can help you, know your audience. And when you know them, deliver to them. You might be saying, well, Jack, I ain't got an audience yet. Hear me out. I'm going to tell you that the WWE 2K audience often likes, I would say, a mix. So from what I've identified in the research I've done, I think there's 2 kind of routes you can go down. You can go down like more of an educational and an immersive route where it's like ultra realistic and it feels like a real wrestling show. Or you can go to the other side, that I call it the dark side, because that's where I am, and you can be realistic, kind of, but also have the humorous aspect. Be yourself and naturally react to any stories that you can create. Piece of advice number 3 with promos. Script segments and promos yourself. Everybody will tell you to do ChatGPT, which is absolutely fine for a prompt, and I completely agree. I have been a very, very bad victim of getting ChatGPT to write my promos, but I have took a step back and I've used ChatGPT for advice for the kind of promos that I should write to get the certain payoff that I want, and then with their assistance, in brackets, just guiding me, I think what I want to say, how I want to do it, and I kind of write like a really small paragraph, and then what I'll do is I'll say certain things that I want to mention, and then I'll put it back into ChatGPT, and then we'll sort of go back and forth about how we want to write this promo. But you want to feel as if your promos hit the payoff that you're wanting to achieve. Tip number 4, use variety, not randomness. These 2 things are very, very common to get mixed up. Keep things fresh, but intentional. So how do we do this? Rotate your feuds, brands, divisions. Avoid repeating the same stipulations every week, and don't just throw things in your universe mode without meaning. The thing is, as a content creator and as a universe mode creator, I always have to think how I can keep things exciting but not just like random. I always try and see it, and if I could describe it in like a visual way, think of it as a tree, and there's like certain different divisions of different branches, and then off them branches you have loads of little branches, and the little branches are where you can throw in some fun stuff. So for example, in my universe mode, one of I threw this out, but it's a good like example. You could have like Gunther and Drew McIntyre feuding over the World Heavyweight Championship, and then obviously your payoff is that match is going to happen anyway, but how can I make that so that I involve other superstars and keep it fresh? Well, I was going to book a match between like a comedic match between like Drew McIntyre and No Way Jose, and Gunther was going to come out and cost, and No Way Jose was going to kind of dance all over Drew and embarrass him. So it's just kind of different things like that. It's about using variety and different sort of representations of feuds. Not every feud has to be so heated and serious. It's good to have that, but it's also good to go on the fun side and just have a load of fun and just like try and make it so that it's different. And that's what I would describe variety as, is giving your audience a different bit in each segment, and then you really do hit like all the demographics that you can. Tip number 5, make midcarders matter. Great universe modes do not just focus on main eventers. And I know a lot of you guys will be out there putting Midcarders in your world title scene. So in your universe, they are what's classed as main eventers. Don't forget about the Midcarders. I think one of the biggest problems that we see in professional wrestling nowadays is sometimes there seems to be a lack of care to the Midcarders. And how do I mean that? Sometimes, like your Intercontinental Champion, like Dominic Mysterio, for example, in real life, they go missing for weeks. Avoid that. The mid-card champions are the workhorses of your show. So you want to be extra careful when you're picking who is you, as careful, if not more careful than when you're picking your world champion, because this is somebody that you're a really big fan of, and he's going to be there week in, week out, and this person will help develop future stars and tell real stories week to week. So make mid-carders matter, put as much attention into them as you do your main eventers, and you'll have a very diverse but yet consistent universe mode. Tip number 6, create a consistent universe mode ecosystem. So the way that I do it is not the way that everybody else or you will do it, but there is different ways that you can create an ecosystem, and by that it means an ecosystem is sort of the performance stats, the statistics, the analysis that's within your universe mode. I don't personally use the ecosystem that I'm going to suggest, but I know that it's helpful for a lot of people. So people use things like power rankings and win-loss records to determine kind of where people are. I'm more on the other side of things. So I have an ecosystem. My ecosystem is a story-based ecosystem where I've selected XYZ person and I'm writing stories for them people. My universe mode, for example, although it's entertaining and I'm stupid, it's very, very focused on the entertainment aspect. Whereas if you're wanting to make like more of a realistic, and we go back to that point I made earlier about realistic universe modes versus sort of entertainment, what you could really say is, how I would phrase it is, one type of universe mode is professional wrestling, one type of universe mode is sports entertainment. And what is the biggest argument in professional wrestling and sports entertainment? The difference. The difference is WWE is sports entertainment. The show aims to entertain, captivate and engage you. Somewhere like AEW focuses more on professional wrestling. That doesn't mean there's not stories, but it just means that the key core of their component is the professional wrestling, the matches themselves. With WWE, it's more about storytelling. So you have to identify what kind of ecosystem you want to build. Do you want it to be like an AEW where it's all about how well somebody wrestles, or is it more about creating stories and moving on? Because I don't keep records. They mean nothing to me in terms of my booking. I don't give somebody a title opportunity because they win against 3 jobbers. I think about what story can I create between person A and person B, and the payoff is X, Y, Z. Tip number 7. We don't have story generator or story mode in WWE 2k25, but build your own. So, what do I mean by that? So, a story generator can be done by using the highlight reel. It can be done in matches. 2 controllers. I'm telling you now, I didn't do this before. Hands in the air. Should have done it. If you're a universe mode creator and you have 2 controllers, utilize that. You can make segments that are so specific to what you want to create, you can build your own story. I have done it, and my episodes in the recent weeks are way, way more immersive and achieve the goal of what I'm wanting to do. So, build your own story generator. Invest in the universe mode. If you haven't got another controller, see if there's a way you can buy another controller. You will not believe how many restrictions this will lift. Instead of having them boring, repetitive promos, you can have 2 guys in the ring. You can create a match type where everyone has finishers, and you can like have a moment where you take your time. There's no count outs. You can do multiple takes. You can have, like, for example, I've done a cutscene where a person, they're having an argument in the ring, heated argument, and it's kind of like a face versus face, but someone's going to turn heel. I managed to make the person turn, and then just as you think that the other is not going to do anything, they attack the person, and it looks really, really clean and like what you see on TV. And also another element of story is create your own concepts as well. So WWE have Money in the Bank, King of the Ring and all that stuff. Think about if there's a way that you can integrate something cool for you. So like a cool idea that I had is, well, I haven't done it yet and I'm not going to do it, and that's why I can tell you, is make a title, for example, give you more than just a championship. If you're the WWE champion, you get creative control of who you defend it against. It's just an idea. It's not a great idea. I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you really want to. I think it's cool, but it's just an example of a story generation. Make more to your ecosystem, like we mentioned before, and less into the other aspects. Tip number 8: presentation is better than graphics. Facts. You don't need to be like me with fancy edits. They help in retrospect if you're established and you're trying to maintain and improve every single week. What can I do different? Then I'm going to add this pop-up, I'm going to add this match card. You just need clarity. You just need a clear, consistent product that is achieving the goal of what you want to achieve. If you think that when I started my WWE Universe mode I had all the edits that I had now, completely wrong, and that was in 2024. Editing and growing as a content creator will mean that eventually you'll want to improve and add things to your Universe mode. Do what you're capable of doing and learn one new thing every day. So if you want a super ultra realistic Universe mode, learn how to make a location graphic first. That way you can download a nice video from YouTube, you can do a whole introduction, and you've got your own thing. The biggest emphasis is I can do it for you, which is good. But if once you achieve that ability, and I'm more than willing to help anybody and walk them through it. If I have a voice chat in my Discord, if you haven't join. I'm more than happy to spend an hour and a half with somebody who just wants to open up a photo editing software and giving them advice and showing them some tools. But think about what you want to achieve first. The graphics and stuff you will learn, and the reward you will get when you make your own stuff is way bigger than any piece of graphic that I can give you. Tip number 9, and it's 9, but 9, but that means no in German. But it is the most important tip. I'm telling you this now, and this is the biggest error I ever see. The best thing for you to do is post with a purpose. I'm telling you now, quantity is not better than quality. Not for SEO, not for the product itself, and not for your own mental health. If you're posting with a purpose, think about setting yourself a schedule. It is such a big thing is creating that. Why do you think I create a schedule? So I can be like Raw. So I start my schedule next week. So I know that Raw's coming on Wednesday, SmackDown's coming on Friday, LFG's coming on Sunday. I'll do a Universe mode University on Monday, and then maybe Tuesday I'll throw in the Attitude Era. I have that all wrote down on a spreadsheet, and that is I'm posting with a purpose. I know when I'm going to post, I know why I'm going to post, because I've told people I'm going to post. Please, if it takes you 48 hours extra, take your time and post less. You will not benefit at all from posting every single day. I promise you. Unless you have unlimited time and you can create like banger shows every single day, then don't do it. And I just hit my hand on the desk. And finally, build a community, not just views. Make people feel part of your Universe mode. You cannot expect people to just watch your Universe mode because there's thousands of Universe modes out there. But when somebody does come along, how can you make them feel part of a Universe mode? For example, something I like to do is get the people that watch involved so that they have a purpose to watch it and they get rewarded for watching my stuff. I'm very grateful for every single one of you who clicks one of my videos, and I will always try and reward everyone. I will always spend time speaking and getting to know that person. For example, if you come into the Discord, I try and make effort with everybody and get to know them, get to know what they want to do, what they want to achieve, and That's me building a community. I don't look at the views. The viewer count to me means nothing. I don't look at numbers. Numbers are a key performance indicator, but they're not a metric that should motivate or demotivate you to continue. You should want to do this because it's what you want to do. And here's a bonus tip. Treat your universe mode and your content creation like a brand. Give your universe mode its own identity, its own logo, its own match types, its own PLEs, titles, values. Make it feel like your version of wrestling. Guys, that has been it. They're 10 very helpful tips, I feel. I hope that you guys did find something in there. It is an episode that I really wanted to do because I think it's so important, and if you follow these 10 tips, I have no doubt in my mind that you will become the best WWE 2k25 universe mode person, leader, creator, even if you just play. If you follow these tips, I am very confident that with your own intelligence and what I don't know about you, you will create something great. Guys, don't give up. Well, that's what Cena says. Never give up. Keep going. Remember the motivation. And remember, quantity is not better than quality.